We have a full moon in Capricorn. And what does that mean? Okay, so the moon is opposing the sun. Moon is in Capricorn, sun is in Cancer, and they're opposing each other in the sky. So Cancer is about our home and family. Capricorn is about career, obligations, responsibilities, our stature in the community. And the most simplistic way of defining this is how do we bring those two parts of ourselves into balance, that we're not too far into the home and the family, and work is kind of a second thought, and therefore it's not going anywhere and it's stagnating, or we're putting so much energy into our work, into our career, that our family is actually suffering, our family life is suffering over that. So how do we find that baseline, that center, so to speak? Now, of course, that was the simplified version. And with this full moon, we have Jupiter, our planet of expansion and abundance, also bringing a cosmic energy to the table, along with a few others. So sit back, relax, and let's explore the cosmic energies. And together, we can gain an understanding of how to embrace this energy, utilize this energy, and move forward today and every day. So, hi, I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and welcome to your daily focus for July the 3rd, 2023. Thank you for being here, and thank you for all the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Now, let's start with the numerology. Today, we have a 3 energy. The 3 energy is definitely about our voice. The 3 energy is about transformation. The 3 energy is about getting curious about the world around us, the options that we have around us, the things that we can embrace, the things that we can learn. So it's a young energy to go out and explore the world. Okay, become childlike in your adventures. Do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Don't try and get narrowed down on just one thing, focused on one thing and only one thing, because you'll want to explore other areas of your world. Absolutely, your reality. If we look at the numerology of the day, we have a 7 plus a 3 plus a 7, and that's a 17 energy. The 17 energy is making the impossible possible. In some way, in some form, we get that aha moment, we get that epiphany, we get that clarity or that realization of something that has been eluding us till now. And we know how we can go forward. Where we thought it was impossible, we now see the door that we must walk through, the small window crack that we must, gain a foothold and get that crowbar out there and fly that window open so we can go forward. So not always is it going to be an easy transition, but a transition nonetheless to take you towards your dreams and your goals. Now 1 plus 7 is an 8 energy. The 8 energy is abundance in your pocket, absolutely. But most times that just doesn't appear. Most times we have to work for it. So what do we need to do under the 8 energy? The 8 energy, we need to embrace our courage, our strength. We need to walk with a sense of integrity. We must be, our word is our bond. If we say we will, then everybody knows that we will. There's no doubt in anybody's mind, because that's the kind of person we are. We show up for our commitments, our obligations. And yet we embrace our strength and our courage so that we take that educated risk on ourselves and move ourselves forward. The sun is in Cancer, moon is in Capricorn, and both at 11 degrees, creating a full moon energy. Jupiter sits at 9 degrees of Taurus, so it creates a trine with the moon, I believe a sextile with the sun, and both aspects bring in energy of emotional, spiritual, and material growth. Okay, it brings in, the trine. The trine brings in so much healing energy. Okay, where there have been bumps, with the it being in Cancer, the bumps in our family, in our relationships within our family, our close loved ones, what we call family too. Okay, sometimes you meet somebody and they become, your sister, that if, a sister from another mother or a brother from another mother. Uh, but you feel that connection, you feel that closeness. of family. And so that's what we're talking about here. So if you've had some bumps along the way, this is a time to be honest, to be open about your feelings, and allow for that great healing energy to come in, because it's definitely there for us. With Mercury, too, being so close to everything, it's our voice. Our voice becomes strong. So Jupiter being a part of this brings in the expansion of the luck of what we want to bring into our life. It could be, once again, it can be emotional, it can be spiritual, it can be material growth, it can be all three of those things. Okay? Um, Jupiter entering the picture, it just turns up the volume, or should I say the vibration, for luck to enter the picture. So expect luck to be on your side. Expect luck. Expect magic. And epiphanies, aha moments, sudden realizations, okay, are all the things that we can experience over the next several weeks. And then, of course, Mercury's in there playing an important role as well, allowing our thoughts, our words to expand our horizons, because our words have strength right now. The things that we are learning, the things that we are teaching, the things that we are negotiating on, the things, just even socialization, our words carry a strength with us over the next several weeks. So, okay, let's turn to the cards. Look at that. I didn't even realize it, but who was I waving around? The new perceptions, the new understandings, the clarity. Okay, let's see what the cards have to say. And our shadow card is the devil. Now, under full moon energy, we want to release, we want to let go, we want to close chapters, we want healing to come in. Okay, so this is where we look at our habits, our behaviors, and understand which ones do not move us forward. Understand which ones actually are a detriment to ourselves. And being honest, okay? It's really a full moon of where we really need to be honest with others, but mostly with ourselves. And say, that's it. I don't need 17 cookies after supper. That's it. I need to, do this. I need to start exercising more. Or I need to, and exercise, what does that do? It gets your blood flowing, okay? And we want that blood flowing to the brain and popping out ideas. Our thoughts on fire of what we can do, of what we can create. And you have to get that blood pumping, of course, in order to do that. And that blood, it's got to be strong and it's got to be healthy. So we have to eat right. Okay, we want oxygen into our bloodstream too to wake us up. So move, eat right, get enough sleep. So where do we, and we all do it. We all have little habits. Sure we do. That works against us. There's always something to work on if we are honest with ourselves and we look. Maybe we smoke, maybe we drink, maybe we shop too much, maybe we just, kind of waste our mornings or our afternoons or our evenings and we don't really get to anything. We Netflix binge or whatever it might be. Go to the park and feed the pigeons rather than, but if you're going to the park and feeding the pigeons, that's a beautiful time to meditate, right? So the underlining energy is to look where you could have new healthy habits going forward for yourself. Maybe you always react when somebody does something or says something and you're going to pull it back now. You're going to practice pulling it back. Maybe you have a lot of road rage. Every time somebody cuts you off, you're just, and maybe that's something you're going to work on, of just taking a deep breath and saying, that person didn't leave their driveway this morning looking for me to cut me off. So there could be a reason. Maybe they didn't even see me. Maybe they just got some bad news. Maybe they're not thinking clearly for whatever reason. Maybe they're going through some challenges. And starting to change that behavior about yourself. And you'll find yourself in a calmer area, right? You're not all stressed out. You're not all tense. You're not all ready to flee or fight. But you're more relaxed because, that happened. And there's nothing I can do about it. And it's over. And let's move on. So we have the King of Pentacles as our first card. Talk about our wealth being able to grow, okay? This is the richest guy in the deck. Well, besides the Emperor and the Empress, I would think. But the King of Pentacles, he's definitely the richest king. Now, does he take risks? Absolutely, he does. But his risk, now, first of all, his crown is a living vine. So you have to kind of think outside the box, right? You can make, you can grow your money absolutely by just putting it in a savings account and getting that 0.001% interest each month. Absolutely. That's one way of doing it. But do you turn out to be this guy if you just do that with your money? Chances are no. So it's educated risk, it's thinking outside the box. He thinks it through. He gets information and he researches it. He asks questions about it. And then he weighs out the pros and cons. And maybe it's good enough we can take a risk. And maybe that risk will turn out to be a negative. But the more we start to take a risk in life, the more sure we are. We grow that sureness each and every time. It didn't work, but if I would have done this or that, maybe it would have. And you start to step into it a little easier, but it's a very hard place to push yourself into for the first time. It's about growing your abundance. It's about allowing the money to flow into your life, the abundance to flow into your life. So do you believe that you are entitled in some way, or deserving in some way, or worthy in some way of having the life that you are seeking, the money in the bank that you are seeking? Or do you feel that somebody's, told you in the past that you'll never amount to anything? Or you've been taught bad money habits and you burn through your money every time you get it. All of a sudden it's like poof, it's gone. And then you can make that dollar stretch, and a little bit of money comes in and poof, it's gone. And maybe you're on that kind of thing. Maybe you think money is evil. Well, really, it's just like everything else. Guns, dogs, I don't care what you're talking about. It's the person. It's the owner of the situation that makes the difference. So what do you do with that money? Do you go and gamble and buy things that are illegal and party all night? Or did you give some of it to a charity? Did you help out a friend or a stranger? Did you in some way make the world a bit more beautiful around you? We have the Five of Cups. Boy, we see where we failed. We see where we dropped the ball. We can see that very clearly. It is nothing for our minds to bring that up. And so with this energy here, the Five of Cups, it's being brought up. You were saying, I want to do this, and your mind's saying, do you remember the last time? Are you crazy? Like, no, we're not doing that ever again. Don't even think about it. I don't care if you got a new way. We're fine here. We're fine here. We don't need to move forward. That is what your brain will tell you. Okay? And if you try to argue, it's going to replay that scene for you of where you dropped the ball, or in your perception where you dropped the ball, where you failed, where you didn't make the mark, where you came in last place, or maybe just not first. Okay? It's time for us to take that cloak off. That cloak that we feel is safe because we're not going to move, we're not going to take that risk on ourselves. We're safe here and we're holding that cloak tight to us, and we need to throw that cloak off. We need to stretch, we need to turn around, and we need to realize that there are some cups waiting to be filled by us. That the things that didn't work out were just ways that it didn't work. It taught us something. It was a lesson. It was knowledge coming in. And now that you have that knowledge, you're not going to step in that direction again. You're going to see it, and you're going to figure out a new way around. We have the Two of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. Now, I find the Two of Pentacles kind of amazing here, because sometimes we decide we're not going to make a decision, right? We're just going to let it play out and see what happens. Maybe they'll forget about me. I saw a sign in a doctor's office once. My 5 favorite words were, maybe it will go away. That pays for the condo, right? So because it doesn't go away, but yet for some reason we kind of just we look away and we hope it works out on its own. And so here we have two different choices to make. We have a pentacle in each hand. We also have a ship coming in on each side. And they're just about the same, right? There's pros and cons here and there's pros and cons there. So it doesn't really matter what ship we decide to get on because they're both probably very good opportunities for us. Here's the thing though. We have to make a decision on what boat to be on. Otherwise, in this scenario, the boats leave if we're on neither of them. Then neither of those opportunities will actually be something that we can step into. And all of a sudden you go, what happened? I thought, if this doesn't work out, I could easily step into this, but then this happened over here, and then this was my only viable way forward, and then this happened, and so now I have nothing. I have nowhere to go. So you have to make a decision under this kind of energy. Making a decision is the important part. Whether it's the right decision or the wrong decision, well, life will determine that and all of our other free will choices that we make along the way. But for now, we do have to make a decision on what ship. So this is like over the next 2 weeks, okay? We're going to wait until the new moon, obviously, to make a forward step in some way, for the most part. If you have that calling to step forward earlier, then perhaps you should. But under a full moon energy, we are looking more towards completions and endings rather than starting new beginnings, okay? We have the Queen of Swords. So, this is about embracing your dreams, your strengths, your talents, who you are, the unique you, and loving yourself, absolutely, but standing strong for your dreams and your goals that you are setting for your life. To not let somebody minimize it in some way or toss it to the curb, kick it to the curb, abuse it in some way. So make sure that the people that you are sharing your dreams and your goals with are going to be very supportive of you. Okay, just don't go and tell the postman or the person waiting for the light to change at the corner with you. Okay, those kinds of people could maybe disrupt things for you. But people who know you, people who want your happiness, and it's just a part of being in a relationship, is wanting the other person's happiness. And so we tell them our dreams and our goals, and they stand there and they support us. They cheer us on. They pick us up on those bad days. And this is exactly what you need to do. You need to nurture your dreams. So maybe through meditations, grow them a little bit. Put more reality and color into your imagination of what you want to bring into your world. Your best life ever. And for many of us, it's 100 goals down the road. But we know it's 100 down the road, and we can set the goals now. And each step does bring us closer and closer to that ultimate goal. And trust me, when you get there, by that time, there'll be a whole new set of goals. So we never actually, if somebody asked me, do we actually step into our best life ever? Well, I think as we walk, each choice that we make makes it a little bit more beautiful, a little bit more wonderful, a little bit more closer to that big snapshot we have way out there in the future. But as we grow towards that, I think that starts to change. And so we might actually get it way over here, a lot of that, so that we can now work on this. So we're here to grow, we're here to learn, but we're not here to suffer. Okay, our free will is what makes us suffer. And so we have to look at how to bring the joy and the happiness into our life. Yes, there is suffering and sorrows that we can't ignore, but those things are there to teach us about joy and love and all of our feelings. Okay, I got off topic there. Somebody must needed to hear that. Okay, and we have for the ending the Hangman. So this is like, don't be in too much of a hurry here, okay? The Hangman says, just chill. Okay, we're going to hang upside down for a while. We're not going to struggle. And we're just going to meditate for a few moments on maybe being in the moment. But look at where You may have control over things. And do you need control in those areas? Maybe it's time to let go of control in some areas of your life. Okay, so that could be the Capricorn, those obligations, those responsibilities, but now you feel that you need to bring more balance into your home and family life. So delegate that obligation away. Chances are they're not going to do the job that you did. Okay, hands down, at least at the beginning, but it'll get done. And does it really move you forward in some way? That's what you really need to look at. Does it put me in a place where I want to be seen? Does it move me forward in some way? Does it support my goals and my dreams long term? This could be where we need to surrender to something, where we have been fighting about, stepping into an area that we really weren't feeling comfortable with, and everybody's trying to move us in that direction, and we don't want to move, and we've been stubborn about it, and maybe now it's the time to say, okay, I'll try it. I'll take a couple of steps. I'll see if I like it. And our emotion could be very strong. Okay, I see the waves. I usually don't see the waves behind, but there is a lot of emotion. So, what the hangman does ask us to do is to look at things in more of a logical sense rather than an emotional one. Okay, maybe sometimes our emotion can get the best of us, and we feel like we have to act in the here and now, right now. We got to do something. Whereas if we would have pulled it back, we'd see a lot more choices and resources available to us in order to solve that problem, in order to get over that bump, in order to move forward in the way we want. Okay, we're going to get an oracle card here, Nature's Whispers. Still a little bit of jet lag. Do you guys believe that or what? Oh, I can just sit there and fall asleep. Boom, I'm gone. Okay, illumination. The 2 energy shows up. Illumination. I'll hold it up there for you to meditate on. Just as the full moon sheds its light on our world, you are being shown that there is hope and guidance for you. I kid you not. It starts out with the full moon energy. Have faith. Just holding on to a belief in yourself will plant the seed of manifestation in your life. You are being asked to release any worry or fear that you may be harboring. The clarity you desire is at hand. All you need is something in which to place your faith. So trust in yourself, your support, and the divine. You will be assisted in difficult times. This can only signify inspiration and new love. There is a shedding of light on hidden treasures or surprises. Gosh, you really can't make that up, can you? So you're being asked to release the worry, the fear that you're harboring within so that you can truly go forward in the way that you want. We'll get an animal card. Somebody says I missed the other animal cards. I kind of do too. I might go back to them. They were a fave. So, we'll see. Okay, we'll see. But somebody mentioned that the other day to me, and I said I kind of miss them too. Okay, we have the humpback whale, the singer. So sing healing songs to the world. Your inner navigation always guides you. Nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Align with your purpose. Empowering your soul. So align with your purpose. Okay, nothing can stop you or keep you from your goal. Only you are you allowing others to get in the way, to put that glass ceiling into place. So empower yourself during this full moon. Your inner navigation always guides you, so trust your intuition. Trust that gut feeling. Sing healing songs to the world. And of course, we will do a Journey of Love card. Oh my gosh. gosh, everything's going to fall. There we go. A Journey of Love card for our full moon energy. I love how this deck always brings it together in some magical way. So we do have a lot of magic around us. Expect the aha moments. Expect the epiphanies. Absolutely. Allow your empowerment to shine. Okay, we got it through our cards, but we also got it through the numerology of the 8. To embrace your strength, embrace your courage. Take a risk on yourself, an educated risk, but a risk. And maybe that means closing a few doors, putting some closure on something, completion, or maybe allowing healing in so that you can walk that path when the new moon comes. And our card is Across the Waters 23. Across the Waters. Okay. Now I'm going to read verbatim from this book because I can't do it justice. I will start with the poem. And then we will get to the author's interpretation of this energy. Inhaling the soft scent of promised taste, the nectar moist on my lips, I savor each sip across my tongue, dwelling in the moment's pleasure, warm and sweet, bathed in tingling thirst. I find myself wanting you, wanting more. You're being called across the waters, as if crossing a bridge of light from one ocean to a far greater one. These waters are your emotional waters, holding your feelings, your attitudes, your expectations, your fears and doubts, as well as your hopes and dreams. It can seem like so much to navigate. Sometimes our waters feel overcrowded, as if swarms of people were descending into the ocean on a sweltering hot day, hardly finding a space in the water to cool ourselves. We can feel as though these are just no room for faith, trust, peace, love. There's just too much happening in that water. We yearn for the cool, calm mountain lake, serene, echoing a gentle dispensation of grace. You are being called across the waters, out from an overcrowded sea into the cool spacious of the endless lake. So it's time to let go of some mental clutter, some attitudes, some thoughts. Ask for help and bathe yourself in the green and gold rays of the healing colors. Just imagine them cascading down around you, through you, like a waterfall. It's a bit like you're moving to a new neighborhood in a cleaner, more spacious town. It might be a bit unfamiliar at first. Soon you'll enjoy the difference. This oracle brings a message. It is your time to think about something in a different light. Soon you will have a shift in perspective, and the feeling of overwhelm, stress, and just too much going on will be replaced with a serene trust and peacefulness. Know that beneath even the most chaotic mind is a place of deep, quiet serenity within. Do whatever helps you dive deep to find it. Dance, take some rest, meditate, do yoga, write, paint, make love, make music. In that quiet serenity within, you'll be leaving unnecessary chaos behind, and you'll be presented with the gift of a new way forward. Wow. Until we meet again, remember, I do love you.